In 1993, my Long Beach State team came and played here. And where that State Farm sign is right there, as I'm coming out to play the game, they're doing the rock, chalk, and all that going on. And I had my arms closed, and I was mesmerized. I was actually blown away. I was actually scared to walk in the building because of the energy and the passion. And my trainer, Dan Bailey, grabbed me and goes, "Coach, we have a game to play." It was absolutely mesmerizing.
You know, so when I got recruited to Cameron Indoor Stadium for Duke in 1999, I walked into that stadium, and it was so uniquely different than any other stadium I had seen in college basketball. And the feeling of playing, actually, I don't suck. I'm pretty good.
Never
Two-time player
around.
of the year.
You always got to engage the crowd, RD.
I do like that guy. I think he's got great judgment.
But the beautiful part about that moment is playing inside Cameron Indoor Stadium, I used to always reference, yeah, it's the best college basketball stadium in the country. When I came here in 2012, and I came here for a game, I literally left this building saying, I can't hear myself think. There is no doubt, I don't think, I now recognize that this is by far the best college basketball venue in America. I pay it its respect.
This place, yeah, it's incredible. And these fans are amazing. And I think about how much talent was out here on this court. They went crazy for Paul Pierce, who was here and was just an amazing player here at Kansas. So what better way to meet this moment than the matchup that we're going to have later today with the potential top 2 picks in the NBA draft facing off against each other and leading their teams.
And on that subject, that's why so many scouts are going to be here to aid another sellout, 15,300 in all. Time for the Wooden Watch presented by Principal. And here are the two guys in question. A.J. Dybansta of BYU, he's second in the nation in scoring. Darryn Peterson, so smooth, put up big numbers. 6 of the 10 games he's played, he's had more than 20 points. And there's a reason these two guys have generated so much excitement. You go around town yesterday, people are fired up about the game for sure, and also this particular matchup.
Yeah, it's a game within a game. These two great players, and they're very different, but like as a coach, you're saying, how are you going to game plan for these two? Like, you look at Peterson, he's surgical, on, off the ball, 3-level scorer, knocks down threes. And Dybansta, the physicality of his game. You put him in the middle of the floor, he's almost impossible to defend. It's a game within a game, but these two guys are very different.
Yeah, I was going to say, they're both so good at making the defense wrong, but they do it in different ways. Because when you talk about Peterson with the ball in his hands, the shiftiness of his shoulders, he creates so much space. And when you talk about Dybansta, he's so strong. He's got good length. His spin moves, his step-throughs, they do it in different ways, but they're hard to guard.
It feels like, DP fits right into the system where he gives up plays, and obviously the system for BYU is different as it relates to AJ and how he plays in isolation. Like the positional size of AJ, I think it's going to be interesting how he guards. He gets to his spots better than anybody on the floor. And then DP plays within the flow of the game. So both do it differently, but they're both as effective as any player in the country.
Yeah, Peterson is the most effortless, smooth scorer in the college game. Dybansta is a little bit different in the way he does it. And to your point, Jay, he's more of an isolation scorer. What Kansas has to do, you're not going to guard him with one guy. You got to guard him with 5. So everybody's got to be in really good help side position, but they got to be there at the start. You can't help and recover. You got to be in help side, so it's a one-way recovery. If you show him a lot of bodies and make him take those tough 2s without fouling, you got a chance of limiting him from a 43-point game.
The best way to guard him, you make them guard. Make Peterson guard. Make Dybansta guard. If you make those guards and you get them in foul trouble, then you don't have to guard them.
Yeah, Jay made the point, too, this morning on SportsCenter. It's not just these two guys. BYU, with Ryan Saunders, they have the highest scoring trio in the country at 60 points per game. But it's still these two stars drawing a lot of the attention, understandably so. This afternoon when the game's played, there will be at least 32 scouts here and executives from 17 different teams. And that's where we bring in Pete Thamel. Pete, it's really a big-time attraction for their NBA futures to see how they go against each other on this level. I know they've played each other before, but on this level.
Yeah, Reese, specifically, the eyes of the NBA lottery are going to be on Lawrence, Kansas today. The Indiana Pacers are bringing 6 front office members, and the Atlanta Hawks are bringing 5, including owner Tony Ressler. They're going to answer the question that's going to echo all the way through June. Who's number 1? We polled 20 scouts and executives this week to find the answer. The crowd in Lawrence will be pleased with the result. Darryn Peterson got 12 votes. A.J. Dybansta got 8. Scouts cast Peterson to me as perhaps the best shooting guard prospect that's come through college basketball in the last 20 years. One scout compared his shot making to Kobe Bryant. Not his athleticism, his shot making. Another popular comp was Devin Booker. NBA scouts, Reese, do want to see him get healthy. He's missed 10 games this season. He's coming off an ankle. We'll see what he looks like today. As for Dybansta, he brings high upside, maybe on both sides of the floor. The best comp for him, I heard, was a taller Tracy McGrady. He's 6'9" and has all the modern buzzwords of versatility, 1 to 5 in the NBA game. He needs to work on his three-point shooting a little bit. He's just under 32%. The one thing, Reese, that all the scouts agreed on is they are giddy for this draft. One scout told me 1 to 10, this NBA draft will hold up with any in the last generation.
And Pete, later on in the show, we're going to do a blind rankings of who we believe are the best freshmen. If you've seen it on social media, that'll be fun. Will it be one of these two guys likely to go number 1 overall in the draft? 1,000 games. This guy's won more games for Kansas than anybody in the history of the sport. Bill Self is with us. Hey, Bill, you know, one thing I didn't see in those moments, I understand you came in here as a player and won a game as an opposing player, right?
As I remember, yes.
As you remember.
As I remember.
All right.
I remember we won
So if you've won here as an opposing player, you've won a ton as a coach. How do you compare those feelings, being able to come in here against a crowd like this and win, as opposed to having them on your side and winning?
I actually think winning with these guys behind me is far better. And it's never easy. It's never easy. You still got to play 5-on-5 and compete. But I do like the advantage these guys have.
Hey, Bill, similar to the game of basketball, life is the same way. You go through a series of highs and lows. You've had some health things that you battled through. I sat down with you before the NC State game where you guys played Melville Council and had that great game. But you had such an ease about you. You had an ease about you. How has your perspective changed on how you see coaching now, what you've been through?
I think the biggest thing is the little things don't stress me near as much. They still stress me. But you go back 20 years or 30 years ago or 10 years ago, the things you thought really mattered, they're irrelevant. And the things that really matter are strictly meat and potatoes. And so that's how I'm trying to approach everything.
Well, Bill, this year's team, you know, watching you in practice and in games, it looks like it's a fun group to work with. What makes this team fun for you to work with?
You know, I think that I love all our teams, but I think this team has additional personality. I think this team, the fans can identify with. I think that it's not as heralded a group as maybe some we've had in the past, but you can see they like playing for each other.
And Coach, you have a potential number 1 overall pick in Darryn Peterson, but he's not the only player on the team. How do you as a coach make sure that everyone knows their role and feels their value?
Well, it's been harder for us this year because, as you guys know, we've been incomplete all year long. DP's battled his health situations. He's fought hard to come back, but still hasn't been quite there yet. As soon as we think he's over the hump, he got this ankle injury. So we can't get to our ceiling without him. But what's been fun to watch is how much closer we are to our ceiling without him. So guys have learned to be aggressive without him. He's got to fit in with them, as opposed to the original thinking was, how do they fit in with him? And so it's been fun. You know, that's why I think we got another step to take, a big step, because we really haven't been consistently good yet.
Coach, Kansas is the biggest game on everyone's schedule, especially coming here. And now you got a game against BYU and all the hoopla with Peterson, obviously, and AJ. As you prepare for this game, what keeps you up at night preparing for this game in particular?
Well, last night, my grandkids are in town, so they probably kept me up. You know what, Seth? I actually think minimizing game day. I think sometimes you can get too caught up and be immature about it because it takes the emphasis on what's really important. This is fabulous. We love it. We hope you guys come every weekend. But the reality of it is, hey, it's still, how are we going to be the most focused at 3:30 when we tip it off?
396 consecutive sellouts here.
Here is what's in store. Duke and Virginia Tech coming up. I believe that's the Cavaliers logo. Don't send me a tweet. I see it. Okay, then you have SMU and Louisville, BYU and Kansas at 4:30 Eastern time. BYU is a little delayed getting in yesterday, but AJ Dybansta still had some time for Andre.
I've been playing against and with him since like 8th grade. We played on the USA team together. It's just a great bump always. Like when there's two competitors that's just competing for the same goal, you already know how to get.
There's been so much talk about both of you being 1 or 2 in the NBA draft. How do you handle all of that outside noise going into the matchup?
Just taking it day by day, step by step. It's a team game. Obviously, everybody's going to anticipate the matchup, but I'm going to have a team behind me, and we're going to try to get that win.
You talked about getting to the NBA is the goal, but that #1 pick, I've got to get it. How much does that #1 pick mean to you?
Yeah, I mean, I talk to my dad all the time. Like, I've been #1 since 8th grade, so being able to get that #1 pick would just mean a lot. But, you know, some of the best players haven't been drafted #1, so, I mean, if I don't get it, it's not the end of the world, obviously, but I'm striving towards it.
Who wins our game here?
Oh, this is a tough one. I'll tell you what. Kansas got dogs, right? Kansas.
Yeah, I'm excited to watch the show that is going to happen, but with this crowd in this place, home court, I'm going with Kansas.
Yeah, I think Kansas negates the scoring ability by BYU in their perimeter. I have Kansas winning.
All right, and of course, Jay's going to be calling the game.